This is actually take 2 of this video. Things just keep going wrong. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm making this video. Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Taisha Brown. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you for visiting. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. So, I am making this video telling everyone why I chose the majors that I chose. I feel like videos like this are very helpful for college students that's already here, obviously, and then high school students coming in. Okay, I'm gonna go as far as even 8th grade because I feel like in the 8th grade is when I started to figure out like what I wanted to do and just ask myself those questions. So when I first came to Kent State, I decided to off back have 2 majors, and that was integrated language arts and business entrepreneurship. Integrated language arts is basically just an English teacher. I wanted to do that because I love reading, I love writing, but most importantly, I love analyzing a text. I love looking at a text and realizing the different connections it's making with other texts, to see what the hidden meanings in between it, what symbols there, what passage actually represents something else, researching the author and the time span and seeing, okay, that's why they wrote about this, that's why they wrote about that. I just love that part of integrated language arts. It just makes me happy, and that's why I wanted to teach that. And then business entrepreneurship, it's because I put up a couple other businesses I'm not going to get into right now, something else just way more detail, but that's why I wanted business entrepreneurship. Well, while I was in that major, I did enjoy some of the classes, but it was like listening to professors and different videos that they would send us to, and they just kept saying how unnecessary it was to have that major, like saying that most entrepreneurs like never have a degree underneath their name. They just open up something, they just start something. I'm not gonna say it's common sense because a lot of people fail in their business, but to me, it's more so researching, making connections, hiring the right people, and you know, it was kind of a little bit common sense. So I just didn't feel like I needed that major. Plus, with that major, it was going to be like 2022 for my graduation, and I know that's not too far off from when I'm graduating now, but at the time I was still graduating in like 2019, so I was like, heck no, I'm not doing that, especially if I don't even need to. So I dropped that, and it took that long because of how the entrepreneurship classes work and how student teaching works. You can't do the certain classes at the same time, and then entrepreneurship here, there's 2 classes you have to take back to back, but one was only offered in the fall, one was only offered in the spring, so it was just a very like crazy scheduling, and I would say absolutely not. So I dropped that last year, and then I decided to pick up public relations, and that is the major that I am absolutely in love with. And I only have, not had because this is not past tense, I only have 1 class in public relations right now, and when I tell you, every time I'm in that class, I fall more in love with it. When I leave that class, I research more after just leaving the class. When I'm in my spare time, it's what I think about. I am already seeing like connections and the things that I can do with it. I am just mad that I did not pick it up like earlier, but like it didn't spike my attention until last year, and that's, you know, something else to talk about, but I'm not gonna do it, it's too much. But I am really happy that I have this major. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, and I know that it's the major that I am supposed to be in. But how did I get to that point? How did I get to that point? But how'd you get to that point, Taisha? I'm happy you asked. That's what I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that. So, when picking that major, because that was a big decision to pick up that major in my 3rd year of college, okay? That was a big decision, so that's not something that I took lightly. One, I looked it up. What is public relations? Because I didn't even like really know what it was. I was just like intrigued by it. I'm like, what? You know, what is that? So, hold on. According to PRSA, which is Public Relations Society of America. Okay. Public relations is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between an organization and their public. So, right, and that gave me an idea of what it was, but I still wasn't quite sure. So as I was like researching throughout the summer, I found out, one, it's not marketing, two, it's not advertising, and I also looked up the traits that I would need to like be successful in that major, and long behold, I have almost every trait needed to be successful in this major, and that is what makes me happy. So a couple things is, one, you have to enjoy researching. I love researching just because of integrated language arts. That's just one thing that I love to do. Two, you have to love, not have to love, but two is event planning. That's a part of public relations. And if you know me, you know that I love planning things. Like, it can be imaginary. You can give me an idea from like 10 years from now, and I will call businesses asking about prices that won't even exist 10 years from now, because I am that obsessed with planning. That's just, yes. Three, being organized. I'm pretty organized. That's like not, I'm pretty organized. Four is being strategic. That's just something that, yeah. Being honest is one. Sometimes I'm too honest for my own good. It's fine. There's a couple other ones, but writing well is one of them. So as I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you telling me I get to do like A, B, C, and D like in this major? I'm like, okay, God, I still need like some type of like, okay, this is like the major for you. I was still really worried even after looking at it, knowing that what it is, knowing that it seemed like I would be a good fit, because it was just still a big step. So for me, I know not everybody takes a step, but I had to pray about it. And I prayed about it like long and hard one night, because I'm like, at this point I already know that I'm not graduating when I'm supposed to, but I'm like, do I really want to add on another major to this? Like, this is another big deal. This is my time. This is my money. This is everything. This is big. So I prayed about it. I was really, really worried. And when I woke up in the morning, it was just this peace, like, that just washed over me. And I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is my major. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm still not 100% sure, what exactly it is at that time. But I'm like, all right, God, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sign up. Immediately, I made my advising appointment. I need to look up a couple things, and it's just something that, after that, I realized, okay, I'm gonna do this. So that's my story. That's why I picked it, and I'm pretty positive, almost like 99.9% positive that that's the major for me. Okay, because I love it. But how can you choose a major? I did several things. If you were listening closely, you realized what? One, you look at a major. Well, first, you look at your interests. You figure out, what am I interested in? Ask yourself, what am I interested in? Whether that's science, whether that's social studies, whether that's photography, whether that's cooking. Ask yourself, what are you interested in? After you ask yourself what are you interested in, figure out what you overall like want to do. And like, when I ask that, it's not like, oh, I want to open up a restaurant. I want to be a fashion designer. Not that. I mean, like, out of life, like, for me, one of my things was I want to help other people, like, find connections, like, through text, through movies, through communication. Like, that's just one thing that I want to do. I overall want to help people. I want to impact the world in some type of way. And that's what I mean by that. Like, what overall do you want to do? Something that my pastor advised and mentioned a few years ago, I was probably like in high school or middle school, and I thought this was a very, very good point. His name is Pastor Archie D. McMillan. He's a pastor at Because of Him Ministry. We're in Warren, Ohio. If you want to visit, I highly suggest it. He's a great teacher, great preacher. Yeah, that was just a little plug. I had to put that in. But he said if you're trying to figure out, like, what you want to do, you should reflect back on some of the things you've always been interested in or good in your past. And I'm talking about like childhood till like now. You should look back and see, what am I better at that some people might not be better at? What are some things that I find easy that other people may find hard? Also, something that my pastor had said one night, and I was just like, that's a really good point. And mind you, I was like in high school, middle school, so this was like, whoa, to me at that time. But do something that you love to do, something that you are passionate about, and that way when you have a job, it won't feel like work. It will feel like something that you are going to enjoy today. Like, and of course you're going to go to work sometimes and not feel it that day, even though it may be something that you love, it may be something that you're passionate about, it may be something that you enjoy doing. But if you love it, if you're passionate about it, if you're dedicated to it, it will not feel like you're going to work that day. It will feel like you're going to do and enjoy something that you love doing. So make sure you do something that you're going to love to do every single day. Because let's face it, like, most of us are going to work the rest of our lives. And we don't want to hear that. That is not something that I want to do. But if I know if I'm doing something that I love, something I enjoy, it won't feel like work for the rest of my life. It'll feel like something, a project, something I'm building on, like a baby, a child, something I'm watching grow. And it's just going to be 10 times different if you're working somewhere for money versus you're working somewhere because you love what you're doing there. Something else I did that I highly suggest you do, once you get that idea of what you want to do, look at the traits and the benefits of that job. If I did pick up this major, what careers are offered in this major? What are some areas that you would have to move in order to best be available for that job? Will it be a big city? Will it be somewhere in the Hicks? Like, where do you want to end up at? And then, how much do they make? Is this something that I will be able to do like long term? What's something I could do to make sure I make more money? And then look into a certain specific job. And after you look into a specific job, then look at the traits for that job. Now, if you don't want to go that far, I suggest shadowing people that are in an area that you are interested in, or asking certain questions to that person. A lot of people say, that they don't know what they want to do after high school. And, that's completely okay, because not a lot of people are asking. A lot of people are like looking around, and plus you're like 17, 18 years old and you're trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's kind of a big deal. But with that being said, a lot of people say, I don't want to go to college until I can figure out what I want to do. And I can understand that from the point of, I don't want to spend that much money. I don't want to waste any money. But if money or finances is not a problem, college exposes you to so much. There's so many different organizations that you can join. There's people here in different majors that you can ask about. There's adults here that's already been in that major, done that. They're going to tell you about it. Advisors are here. There's a lot in college that it will expose you and help you figure out, okay, I do want to do this, I don't want to do this. And if you have completely no idea what you want to do and you're in college, then you have opportunities everywhere to just ask simple questions or just shadow people. Like, they're everywhere. So if finances is not the problem, then do not use that as an excuse to not go to college and figure out what you want to do. And then if finances is a problem, use a gap year to shadow, ask questions, call different businesses, research things to figure out, okay, what am I really interested in? That was a very long rant. That took a lot of time, but I'm hoping this video helps someone. I'm going to continue to try to make videos about college and my major and other things like that, and I feel like this will be helpful for those who are just like, I have no idea how to choose my major, I don't know what to do, and where do I start? And then if you do want to know about public relations and integrated language arts, then maybe I'll make a video about that. Probably won't though. That seems like a bit much. I don't think I'll do that. But so those are just my tips on how to choose a major. Alright, I'm going to go because I'm hungry and my throat hurts. my throat hurts and this video took way too much time. Okay, bye.